The Mobile Bullets competition is an entertainment app development initiative for students of UCLAN's Games Design course and Lancaster University's Programming course. Working together in two teams, students from both universities have spent the summer developing engaging entertainment apps for the iPhone, iPad and iPod Touch handsets, which they pitched to a panel of industry experts in the competition final.
I announce that the winner is the blue team.
The idea behind the competition was to get two groups of students competing with each other to produce the best possible iPhone application, and to do that in conjunction with businesses in the Lancashire area.
Originally we had the first stage of the competition, which was like making pitch documents. The first concept was come up with by Jack here. Originally it was called Cosmic Collisions.
Terrible name.
Yeah. And we had to sort of develop it into what we've got now by one of the first things we did was getting the idea, taking it apart and reassembling it as something more functional.
They understand industry a lot more. They're driven by targets. They get a more holistic picture of what the game is. It's not just a concept, it's not just a piece of software, it's a team effort, and they work together to create a product, effectively.
The whole idea behind the game is that you need to control a ship, like move from side to side on the screen and aim shots at planets to try and knock them together and knock them off the screen, and aim for a high score. It's physics-based, so there's the inclusion of gravity, curving shots, orbits, all sorts of different factors that can contribute to how you win the game. It's interesting having the communication there and finding out the limits of the side that you're not used to, because as designers we obviously have to talk to a programmer and say, like, make this work, and that's taking a completely different approach from what we do as designers.
The leap in sort of quality has really impressed me this year, and going forward I can only see it getting better, and I think that the students now value this as a project and look forward to it, and I can see it being even better next year. My involvement as a digital and creative advisor is to go out to businesses, and I do have a couple of game designers under my wing, and really just help them to grow and prosper within this current economic climate. I'm finding now that games developers are a small bunch of guys. We had teams of 3 and 4 here, and it's how to help them develop their project, but then market it and actually commercially get it out there to create some money from it.
I mean, obviously it would have been nice to win, but I think, like some of the guys saying today, like the point of the exercise and the Mobile Bullet scheme was as an educational lesson for us all. We now know what it's like to work in industry, the deadlines, the pressures, working late nights and weekends, things like that. So yeah, the win, it could have gone better, we could have won, but we didn't, and I think we still all learned a really valuable lesson out of it, so yeah.
Seeing that original concept that I saw in that very basic stage, we were looking at it, thinking how is it going to work, and then to see it actually on an iPod and on an iPhone, it's really good experience just to see something that you've worked so hard on come to life and actually be sellable.
The biggest benefit of this to the students is that they've got a game which they can show to employers and say, this isn't my portfolio, this is the game that I've produced with my colleagues, and that's actually up on the Apple Store if you want to download it.
It's maybe get a job in a games company. I mean, the people from last year have had such interest that it's more than possible for all of us to get a good job.
The students will get some benefit themselves financially, and the universities get a huge boost to their reputation, especially the games course where these students came from.
TerraSlam Lite is now available to download for free from the iTunes Store.